Hello everybody, it's Alabama Deep and I'm back. Today's wear, I'm wearing my 1976 Timex Marlin. I have it running again. It came to me as a non-running watch, and the best thing about Timexes is something I'm about to show you. But first let's get into what we're doing tonight. I'm not doing anything major per se, but I do have a couple little projects. Mainly I have this very nice little watch, and it needs to have its hands adjusted. If we go up and we see it doesn't always match up. See, it's off there. I bet if I come around to 12 o'clock, definitely tell we've had a watchmaker work on this. Now this is watch, it came to me non-running. I have repaired it. This is a Paul Breguet. It's a very nice watch. And it didn't have a crown as part of it. And I, of course, had to clean it as well and stripped it down and put it back together. But I noticed an error right there. So we're going to take care of that. Now this crown came out of my old new stock. I have lots of old new stock. And I happen to have a brand new crown that fit this watch perfect. So that's just one of the watches that we're going to be doing today. Second watch that we're going to be doing is a Bulova. Now this Bulova does run. I've tinkered with it every so often, but we need to do a little bit more to it. And I would love to find a strap to go on this watch. But we'll see. So we got number 2. Now number 3 would be this watch. This is a non-runner. It's a Timex. It does not run at all. It came to me that way. And we're going to be working on this one, and I'm going to show you how we're going to get it going. And much like this Timex 76 Marlin, we're going to get this one going too. So I'm going to take this one and put it off to the side. This needs a crown. And I was noticing as I was going through everything that this little crown kit had a very nice crown that appeared, by all things, to be a representation of one of these. And so I see it right here. We're going to put that crown onto this watch. And let's see if I can get this pulled out just a little bit. Probably not going to with this. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's pop the back. There we go. Let's see if I'm able to get that on. It'd be absolutely wonderful if I could. And I'm going to have to take this out of its case. I think it would be absolutely wonderful if I could get it on there. So tiny. So fragile. Let's see if I can pull this out just a little bit. There we go. And that doesn't want to seem to go. Isn't that interesting? I don't think I've ever seen this crown quite like that before. Interesting. Well, okay, let's try a different crown. And I'm not even really sure which one to use. So we can try one of these. And I thought a stem was a stem. Apparently not on this. Interesting. It's working, but I've never seen anything like this before. This actually looks like a, that looks like something totally different than what I've ever really seen before. I'm going to try another one. Gosh, that's absolutely huge, but okay, we're going to try that. You know, I've never seen one like this. Wow. Interesting. That's turning into a chore, isn't it? Well, we'll come back to this. Because I've never seen anything quite like that when it comes to an old Bulova and a watch stem like that. I mean, that's a very, very thick stem. And I've never seen such a thick stem on a Bulova before like that. Go figure. I mean, yeah, totally. I don't get it. But okay. As they say, it is what it is. And we will come back to it. Okay, that's back together for right now. But okay, let's take a look at this Marlin. Yeah, interesting. You know, I was trying to do a video here about putting simple pieces on here, and then it's not so simple anymore, is it? Alright, so we have this Timex. I want to share a little trick with you when it comes to these Timexes. Okay? Hush! That's really all there is to a Timex. These are little hard-ass bastards to work on. I mean, they really are. They are absolutely just, terrible. Because you have one plate covering up all the cogs and wheels on this. Unbelievable. I know it's true. Okay? But I was told a trick with these watches as far as Timex goes. And as I'm looking at it now, make sure I can see everything I need to see. Yeah. Okay. So, these Timexes are very easy to get running again. You don't have to take them apart necessarily. You don't have to do all this other craziness with them. They're very, very easy to take care of. The trick to getting the Timexes going is you can simply submerge it in a little bit of oil, which I don't believe is actually going to help anything. Or you can do what I'm fixing to do. And I'm going to start by one pin at a time. Just like so. Come in here and I'm going to oil it very gently. Oil. Oil. And especially on the keyless works. And being very, very gentle with these. I'm going to come in here, finger first. Put some there, there. Wipe up my finger. There. And right there. Okay, now that that is done, I'm going to put the back on it. And I'm examining the back casing to make sure that there's not like a little dip for it. So that's back on. Now for the keyless works, you gotta in and out, in and out, in and out. Now I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of power. As we see, it's still not running. But if you jiggle this in and out, still not functioning. Interesting, it didn't do it this time. Let me pop the back off of this. Let's have a look on the inside of this. Let's see what happens if I blow a little air. And there we go. It needed a little extra persuasion. And I can only assume that it needed that little extra push because, well, it has a lot of oil still in there. And that oil drying over a period of time is basically turned into a caramel. And it makes it very, very, very hard to get a watch going that way. Now, being a Timex, it's like, what, maybe $5? I don't even think I paid that much for it. But if you're familiar with a dollar watch, or if anyone is familiar with a dollar watch or a dollar pocket watch, Timex has no jewel movements. It's all metal on metal, just like it is here. So you have no jewels, you have nothing. And Timex isn't the only watch company to do a wristwatch like this. Seiko has actually done watches like this. I have a Seiko that has movement like this, only it's automatic. And I thought that that was very, very interesting. Now, granted that Seiko watch may not be legitimate. We don't fully know. But it is most fascinating how it runs. While I'm on the subject of this, let's see if I can maybe replace this gasket. You know what? No. I'm not going to replace the gasket. I'm just going to leave it like it is because, I mean, shit. I'm probably going to be working on this later anyway. But, yeah, okay, so then now that's going. There we go. And I bet you it keeps perfect time. So, 6, 7, 8, let's go to 8 o'clock. $8:04. I'm going to go ahead and wind this watch. Now, you could go ahead and you could break this movement down, but I'm telling you, fellas and gals, it is a royal bitch to do that, okay? And I'm personally am not going to, go through all that trouble of breaking down a $5 watch. I promise you, it will keep just as good of time as my 76 Marlin. Because my Marlin, I did it just like this. My Marlin keeps pretty good damn time. It's a dollar movement, so it's not great, but it takes a licking and it keeps on ticking. Yes, sir. So, I'm going to move this out of the way. And now we're going to go on with this watch. See how that little hand right there just won't? do what it needs to do. It's just kind of hanging there. And I suppose that's mostly my fault. When I was working on this particular watch, I could have taken the extra time to make sure everything was on the up and up on it, but I did not. And I may not even have to move it. Okay. Look at that. Okay, now we're perfect. And as it said, I'll take that for $1. So we'll go ahead and put this back on here. Not too shabby. Oh yes. My little crown, I don't have any Loctite, so it's not wanting to spin it that way, so I gotta be a little extra careful with that. 8. It's a little bit after 8. There we go. And we'll leave it right on that time. Okay, those 2 down. Got 1 Timex going. Got this hands lined up right. Huh. Now we're back to this little bastard. Okay, I don't understand that. Why won't the stem do what it needs to do? That is a big stem too. I don't think I've ever seen a stem like that. And you can tell I've already worked on this a little bit because I've already cleaned this and I've already polished that. So, but getting back to it, I don't think I've ever seen that before. I don't understand. Let's have a look at that stem. Oh, okay, well, it's running, but it wants to stop every so often. Okay. I think this is one where I did a little bit with in the past. Maybe I didn't do enough. I am actually not that liberal on oil. There we go. There we go. Now that should go in there. Now what else we got going on? I see some of this. Huh. Let's see. There we go. Now let's see what happens with it. It's a ticking. But it's slowing down. Let's let it run just for a second. I'm going to smoke a little bit of a cig while it's doing its thing. And maybe it's because I don't have it wound. That very well could be. But, yeah. That is a very interesting stem. You see how big that stem is? That is a pretty big damn stem. I don't understand that. Mm-hmm. Let's do a little bit of that. Not quite sure what's going on. Interesting. And let's go with my Timex. As you can see, right on cue. So interesting. I love these small little watches. I like taking them apart and just playing with them. I'm kind of just playing tonight. That's what we're doing. But okay. I'll put my magnifications on. And that is just a super interesting. I have never seen a stem like that. Let me borrow this for a second so I can get my hands in there. This screw may be too itty bitty for my screwdriver. And if that is the case, then we won't be able to do much with it tonight. I would like to put a new stem in it so I can get a crown on there. Yeah, I think that's just a little too much. Wow, that is a huge, huge stem though. And I do see a few hairs in there. There you go. Yeah, that's just a very, very, very big. That's just a very, very, very big stem. Dash it all. So, my screwdriver, it is not going to be able to get in there and do what it needs to do. Unfortunately, I'll try it one more time. But I prefer not to butcher my screws, if at all possible. But I will try. And I do not think it's going to go. Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to go. I'm going to have to wait till my other set of screwdrivers comes in. Unfortunately, because that's just not going to work. I do find it interesting, though, that it is running right now. It, of course, you know, it has a little bit of oil in it. That's why. And that's the only reason why. That oil has reduced the amount of friction on there for right now. And so it will just have to be until I can get my other screwdriver set in. So that one, and we do of course have the Timex that is running as we speak. It is doing what it's supposed to do. And if you look at the time on it and the time on my watch, it is right on target. It has not lost any time at all. From what I see, it's doing what it's supposed to do. So, okay, do I have anything else I can work on, guys? Because I've done 3 watches, and in this video, one I was not able to do anything with. I don't seem to have a crown that has a thread bit large enough for that particular stem, which I find absolutely amazing. Yeah, go figure. I mean, what the hell? Let's see what I can do. I'm going to just for shits and giggles, I am going to go into my cabinet here, and it is awful dark as I am feeling around. Don't know if I'm going to be able to find it dark. Let me get my torch. As I am looking around inside of here, there was a box. That's not it. There was a box. And that box had something in it I might be able to use. And I'm looking for that box. As I continue to look, yes. I still don't see it anywhere. There's my Bulova. Let's see. Ah, there it is. I found it. Got 2 more watches.